Union Public Service Commission, UPSC. It selects the candidates for top bureaucratic services. Now, in 21st century, in 2024-25, now we means the country, Bharat, is around 75-year old. And we are continuing with this system. The UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, must be scrapped now. See, every year, UPSC conducts examination for around 2,000, 3,000 different positions, including civil services examination. And along with the UPSC, there are numerous state public service commissions. Every state commission, except now some of the UTs, they have their state public service commissions. So in all, you can say around 30, 35,000 candidates are selected every year. But unfortunately, crores of candidates, they strux in this age. Because see, the age up to which the commissions allows different candidates to appear in examination varies from state to state, and in general you can say it is 30, 35, 40 years. It means the young age of a candidate from 20 to 30 years. Here crores of candidates just spoil their time, resources, energy, and career for getting recruited into the civil service examination. Remember one thing, this UPSC, even though it came into existence after independence, but as per this system, that is bureaucratic system, which was established through the Lord Cornwallis way back centuries ago, their aim was to establish a system which can convert India into a police state. Because ultimate objective of the Britishers was to exploit the Indian resources. For that purpose, they needed a system, a steel framework. And even after independence, we are continuing with some. This is a nonsensical act of the Union government. See, in 1947, when we got independence, in 1949, when we adopted our constitution, which came into existence in 1950, we aimed at establishing a welfare state. Now, the welfare state is exactly opposite to the police state. And now, the iron or steel framework, which was established by Lord Cornwallis, which aimed at converting it into a police state. Now we are continuing with the same system of bureaucracy selected by the UPSC or different state public service commissions to make India a welfare state. This is practically impossible, and we failed to do this in last 70 years. See, we know there are glorious examples like the Subhash Chandra Bose, who got selected into the civil ICS at the age of 18, 19. No, here, if you cannot scrap the UPSC, you can at least reduce the age limit up to which the candidates can appear in examination. Now, some years back in 2012, 13, one of the nonsensical act was done by the government, which increased the age limit up to which the candidates can appear in examination. They increased the attempt limit. This is sheer nonsense. Earlier, for general category, it was 4, and that was enough. If you are capable, it was possible for you to clear the examination. Now this was increased to 6. Now see, irrespective of the categories, here the a maximum age limit should be 20 years max. It should be 18 or 20 years. So remember, if you can allow the 12th standard candidates to join the Indian Army, Air Force, or Navy, and you can expect them to reach to the topmost positions, that is up to the Supreme Command, up to the Army Chief or Air Force Chief. If you have belief in their competency at the 12th standard level, why it is to allow the candidates to appear in the civil service examination only after completing their graduation? This is nonsensical. See, either you scrap the UPSC and find out some alternative mode of getting the candidates into the recruitment process for this topmost so-called bureaucratic jobs, or you should scrap this system. That's very simple. Because by reducing the age to 20 years or say 18 years, if not practically feasible for you to reduce it to 18 years, 20 years, you are allowing these young aspirants to have a proper age, that is between 20 to 30, 35, wherein they can go into other fields and can get stabilized, can get stable. Because see, look, ask the engineers who prepare for the civil service examination, ask the doctors. At the age of 20, 22, 23, 24, they starts the preparation. And if they gives 3 years or 4 years, after 3, 4 years, they doesn't remain engineers by the industry standards. They fails to get jobs into the industries. Same is the case with doctors. So on one side, you're making them a professionals at the age of 20 to 23, and you're allowing them to appear for the civil service examination. If they fails to get through for 3, 4 years, they does not remain an engineer in the eyes of the industrialists or industries or the professionals. So on one side, you are expecting them to give 3, 4 years for the examination, and on the other side, after completing those 3, 4 years, if they fails to, unfortunately, to get through this examination, they becomes useless for the market. So my contention is that if you are continuing with the system of bureaucracy, you should either reduce the age limit to appear in this examination, and by this way you can do a very good or best for crores of civil service aspirants, because you will be saving their time. So there are thousands or lakhs of candidates who prepare till the age of 30, 35, 40, and if they fails to get through the civil service examination at this age, they becomes useless for the society. So why you are killing their 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of their life? So my suggestion is that the government should think on this. Government must think on either developing an alternative model through which the candidates can be recruited into the civil services if you want to continue with the bureaucracy, or you scrap the UPSC. Scrapping UPSC is best option, because see, if you're not scrapping the UPSC, let the 12th standard students to appear in this examination, make maximum age limit irrespective of the categories to which they belongs. Now the information is available in every village, every corner of the country, thanks to the internet, thanks to the cheapest data which is available. Everywhere you are increasing the digitalization. So information is already available. So even if the candidate is at say 17 years old or 18 years old, he can easily get the information. And again, see, interestingly, if you are preparing for civil services, you know it very well that you are supposed to read the NCRTs of 9th standard, 12th standard. This is on one side we say this is the base, and you revise those NCRTs along with the newspaper and current updates. You can clear the civil service examination. This is basic funda in the civil service examination. Then why you are asking candidates to complete their graduation? Just because you want to have an optional in the examination, what is the sense in having the optional? Earlier, you had two options. Now you reduce to one. What impact occurred because of reduction in the optionals? Nothing. So even if you don't have an optional in the civil service examination, it will not reduce the quality of the aspirants, quality of the candidates. So this, don't continue with this nonsensical system of UPSC. At the final stage of examination, that is an interview, you will find an interesting thing that you are putting a candidate in front of a board, the candidate who has prepared for 3, 4 years, who has cleared his preliminary examination, mains examination, you are putting that candidate in front of a board for 15, 20, 35 minutes and expecting those 5, 6 so called brilliant board members to judge your personality, whether you are capable of being a good civil service servant or not. What the nonsense is this? Just scrap this. If the next government comes to power with thumping majority, I request the government to scrap this system of selection of the candidates and find out an alternative mechanism so that you can do justice to the youngsters. Thank you.